Today we are feeling sensible because we are about to review a Volvo. Thing is, despite their slightly boring image, Volvos are actually quite nice cars, and you have to say on first glance this V40 Cross Country looks like it might be a pretty plush family wagon. To find out if it's got more than just good looks on its side, we'll be considering how practical it is, what it's like to drive, and how much it's going to cost you to buy and run. As I said before, this is the Cross Country, and what that means is that for an extra £1,000 on top of a V40, you get this off-road body styling. So, 40mm increase in the ride height, new body cladding around the bumpers, metal sills down here, and silver roof rails. The thing is though, unless you go for the T5 petrol model, your V40 won't even be four-wheel drive. I hate to say it, but this thing is as much of an off-roader as I am a supermodel. As you will see, Family Natman is having a weekend away. I'm not about to unpack and repack all of this stuff, you'll be pleased to hear. But what I will say is this narrow opening here did make getting some of the bigger things in slightly tricky. However, you can still fit way more stuff than 3 people would ever need for 2 nights away. In the back there's room for a couple of adults, although the way the seats are shaped makes it hard to fit a third person, and if you go for this panoramic roof it really cuts into headroom. The first thing you notice when you enter the V40 is how nice it all looks. There's this floating dash here with its metal front, and the heat controls are shaped like a person, so you know where you're sending the air to. Just press the head to get it to your head, the body to get it to your body, the feet to get it to your feet. It all feels really nicely built as well. It's going to last a long time, you can tell. And there's plenty of storage, such as cup holders here, a big bin here with a USB charging point, and an enormous glove box. For an extra £300, you can also replace the normal dials with this very swish TFT display. For space, the V40 Cross Country scores 6 out of 10. So what do you expect your Volvo to be like to drive? Exciting? Probably not. Smooth? Yes. Comfortable? Definitely. Well, that pretty much sums up the V40 Cross Country. I love these seats, which offer a good range of adjustment and are very supportive, and there's a reassuring weight to the controls, which makes the car very easygoing on a long journey. The V40 isn't the quietest car in its class. There's a fair bit of road noise, particularly when you go for the bigger wheels, and the diesel engines can be a bit noisy. Ah yes, the diesels. Hugely popular in the UK, they offer good mid-range pulling power. This model is the D4, which has 190 horsepower and can get from 0 to 60 in 7.7 seconds. But really it's all about the mid-range torque and how easy that makes overtaking. As standard, the V40 comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox, but this doesn't have the best shift, so it could well be worth spending £1,500 on upgrading to the 8-speed automatic, which is extremely smooth. True to form, the V40 isn't the most exciting car to drive. Even in this sport mode, it's about as sporty as a tin of biscuits. And while well weighted, the steering doesn't have the best turn-in response and the chassis lacks involvement. However, it is very comfortable whether you're in town or on the motorway, so if that's your priority, then you should be pretty happy. With limited rear visibility further hampering its cause, the V40 Cross Country scraped by with just 5 out of 10 for driving. The Cross Country's premium over a normal V40 means it's not cheap. However, it does feel very classy and it shows you've got some imagination. However, it is easy to blow the budget with one of these. Our test car comes in at a whopping £40,000 with options including £800 worth of metallic paint and £150 for the gear shift paddles. Fuel economy is good for V40s, but the added ride height of the Cross Country does it no favours aerodynamically. We've not managed to get anywhere near the claimed 64 miles per gallon from our test car. Volvo's 5-year servicing plan, however, is well worth a look, and the Cross Country will hold on to its value well. For affordability, the Cross Country loses a point to the standard V40, scoring just 6 out of 10. Of course, we can't review a Volvo without talking about safety, and the V40 has an excellent record here. It scored top marks in crash tests and even features an airbag that pops out from under the bonnet in the event that you hit a pedestrian. If you think that's a possibility, then you might want to specify the £1,900 driver support pack, which among other things includes pedestrian and cyclist detection. Or maybe just stop driving altogether. So what do we think of the V40 Cross Country? Well, a lot of its rivals are cheaper, and the fact that Volvo has placed an emphasis on comfort means that they are also more enjoyable to drive. However, we love the way it looks, it's really well made, and the fact that you don't see many on the road all make you want to give it the benefit of the doubt. It scores a sensible but not scintillating 7 out of 10. For more car reviews from Rebecca Jackson and myself, click up here to subscribe to our YouTube channel, or click down here to go to the Telegraph Cars website.